Yo, so I saw this in the Daily Mail and I couldn't help but laugh my head off. The fact that said Diddy received a standing ovation from fellow inmates after shock court win. I sat down there like, this is ridiculous, right? The inmates, why is this news? And so a bunch of criminals sat down there and clapping this news like, well done, Diddy, Diddler did it. Diddler beat the case. He didn't beat anything. He beat the worst charges, but he didn't really beat the whole case, right? So I found it funny that they reported this. It's like, it's really surreal. Sheen Diddy Kong received a standing ovation from fellow inmates when he returned to jail after winning acquittal of charges that carried a life sentence. Yeah, the worst charges he got acquitted for. A standing ovation. Imagine they're all behind their prison cells. He's walking by and they just stand up, just clapping him. Well done, Dylan, you did it! And he's like, I told you I'd do it, baby! This crazy music mogul, 55 attorney Mark Agnifilo said inmates cheered Combs on for beating the high-profile federal case. They all said, we never get to see anyone who beats the government, Agnifilo told the Associated Press in a weekend interview days after the jury acquitted Combs of sex trafficking and racketeering and conspiracy charges. Oh, it's hilarious. Combs remained in jail. Well, he's still going to be sentenced, isn't he? Not for a long time, but he's still going to be sentenced. So what is this all about? He isn't really beating anything. Unless he gets time served and then they let him out. But they haven't let him out, have they? So what has he beaten? Combs remains in jail as at a federal lockup in lockup in Brooklyn after his conviction Wednesday on prostitution-related charges, which could put him in prison for several more years. So what the hell does he stand up and clapping for? And any sentence will include credit for time already served. Currently, that's almost 10 months. Agnes Griffith will also record how. See how I know his name's crazy. One guy called Submarinian. Every time I hear his name, it's like Submarine. Oh, that's the judge. Yeah. How after federal agents raided Combs' home in Los Angeles and Miami in March 2024, he advised the hip hop star to start sex trafficking charges were imminent. Okay, I said maybe it's your fate in life to be the guy who wins. He recalled during a telephone interview, briefly interrupted by a jailhouse call from Combs. They need to see that someone can win. I think he took that to heart. Okay, the verdict came up. He didn't win. He just beat the worst charges. He didn't win. The verdict came. I know, I just think like how crazy this sounds. The verdict came after a team of 8 defense lawyers led by Agnifilo executed a trial strategy that resonated with jurors. Combs passed lawyers' notes during effective cross-examination. Nearly 3 dozen witnesses over 2 months, including Combs and ex-employees. The lawyers told jurors Combs was a jealous domestic abuser with a drug problem who participated in the swinger lifestyle through threesomes involving Combs, his girlfriend, and another man, Bear. I don't know who Bear is. You may think yourself, wow, he is a really bad boyfriend. Bad boy. Combs' lawyer, Tenny Garagos, told jurors in her May opening statement, but that, she said, is simply not sex trafficking. Agnifilo said the blunt talk was a no-brainer. The violence was so clear and upfront, and we know the government was going to try and confuse the jury into thinking it was part of the sex trafficking effort. So we had to tell the jury what it was so they wouldn't think it was something it wasn't. Okay, he said Combs and his lawyers appeared deflated Tuesday when jurors said they were deadlocked under racketeering court, but reached to a verdict on sex trafficking and lesser prostitution-related charges. A judge ordered them back to deliberate Wednesday. No, no, Diddy's praying. He always prays to God, but this guy's more like the devil. He's praying to the devil. Thank you, damn. Thank you, Lord Satan. You've given me another chance to abuse people again and run havoc on the world. Oh, there. Look at that. He's even dressed all in red here. You couldn't make this up. Anyway, I'm out, man. Like, subscribe, and